And last time on Dungeons & Dragons, Escape from Canyon, the players were stuck in the Pyramid of Beandarius. They found Beandarius, who got all cocky at them. Like, why are you here? And the players pretty much responded, because we were bored. And he just started laughing and said, alright, time to fight, this is fun. And jumped into the fray against you. Into what proved to be an incredibly dangerous fight. As right off the get-go, two of the Death Knights there used big Kamehameha waves on the party, essentially. I mean, they're pretty boss. So, we roll through. There we go, now it's caught the timer. As we get over to the Death Knight's turn starting, because Rhea is stuck. I don't care if she had a chance to save to try to get out or to try to be unstuck or anything like that. She's gonna stay right where she is. I'm gonna skip her for this turn, because I can't remember what happened last week. So I'll assume she's no worse off, which is better than I've been to her. And we get to the Death Knight's turn, and Jade's invisible, right?
Yep.
Alright. It gonna rise up that sword as it stares at the only target near it, Nilkrace.
Yep.
As it draws up its long sword with two hands. Better switch back over to private, but it's okay if you see its stats. You can see they're not that scary or bad. 3 swings.
Does it get a 19?
Got an 18.
It needs a 19 to hit me.
Yeah, I know, I'm rolling.
You're not supposed to say it out loud, John. That's...
No. We'll
That's how
change
you-
myself.
Okay, oops,
That's
you're
how
right,
you
you're right, hang
conquer
on.
it.
The first sword swings with such intensity, but at the last moment you bring up your own angelic blade to reflect it back at the attacker, who parries the attack with 2 more swings, though deftly you to reflect them from your form, taking no shots as the Death Knight attempts. But now it's the Mummy's Lord's turn, I'm out of the cool, so... He gives a roar as he looks towards the party, and a wicked grin falls across his face. I'm going to need a Constitution savings throw as he utters a blasphemous word.
From whom?
The Mummy Lord.
No, who's rolling the save? Sorry.
Oh, everybody within 10 feet of him gets a Wisdom savings throw. Oh, sorry, Constitution savings throw.
Okay.
No, yeah, Con savings throw, gosh.
Okay.
It's okay. I just wasn't sure who was rolling.
Everybody! Because he's screaming. He basically tries to go Super Saiyan, ah! Except it doesn't
I'll
seem to
roll
work.
for Bellamy.
And that'll be my last Dragon Ball Z reference for the day.
There's never too many
I
Dragon Ball
don't
Z
believe you.
references.
I'll
Oh,
try.
fudge.
Flux passes, however, both Pup and Bellamy have failed.
I forgot to click the D&D Beyond extension, but I got a 24.
You're good. Click your button to get yourself back in, though.
Yep.
With this, they are both stunned until the end of the Mummy Lord's next turn.
Well, that's stunning.
Luminoxus's turn.
I'm gonna hit him.
I wonder if a stunned enemy would give advantage still. I'll allow it.
It needs to be a threat. I don't know. Would a stunned enemy be a threat?
In the second year, do stunned creatures provide advantage? Because the rules are black and white. Logically they shouldn't, but the rules don't say that they don't, so they do. Go figure.
Okay.
I mean, usually when this pops up in game, it's one enemy that the team's jumping, not something quite like that, so... A 36
Should I
is
just
definitely a hit against the Mummy
should
Lord.
I just roll all 3 of my hits and then do damage afterwards?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
Ooh,
I don't know if that's gonna hit.
that is actually a miss. I mean, when I was saying earlier, since John was a little late and we're talking about hell freezing over, John's late and Flux missed. Wow. This is a day. But 2 of those strikes definitely land with Saradess's rage against the mighty Mummy Lord.
I think I've been using force damage.
Yep.
I feel like there was something though. I was trying a couple different types to see if any of them seemed to be more effective, but I think it was he's resistant to all of them basically.
It appeared that way.
Okay. So we'll just stick with force then. I'm pretty sure I'd gone through almost all of them.
You'd cycled like 3 or 4 at least, from what I recall.
Mm-hmm. And I'll take a swipe with the great sword, the dancing great sword.
Sweet, it looks like the reinstall of Foundry may very well have fixed that problem I was having with the numpad. The dancing greatsword swings and connects as well as it spins through the air, digging into his form that twists and turns to become sand as it struck. Though you still hit, but he just seems ever so tough.
Right. His movement's reduced by 10, but that's the end of my turn.
And I'll mark him down by 10 feet, and he's looking badly injured now as he still stands on his feet with a grimace. Dean, you are up. Alex's turn.
Yeah. Oh boy. I've been trying to finagle a way to get over to you, John, but I can't see you at all. Even if I get to like beside the Death Knight, I won't be able to see you.
That's fine. We're all things considered, we're not doing terribly.
Yeah. So I just I think if I try and take this guy out, then Flux might be able to get there and remove the obstacle, which might be the best way forward. Because even my wave-based healing, my Mass Cure Wounds is out of range by a lot. Okay. Right. Let's do a. I will go Super Treeing. As a bonus action, I will become a guardian of nature, and then I'll step in underneath the as Bellamy's spiritual weapon, and I'll try and take this guy out. So the guardian of nature, because this is a wisdom-based attack, I'll get advantage. So hopefully. Oh, well that's a 1. But instead I can use the 4 instead, which is just great. I don't know if 22 hits.
A 22 is a hit.
Oh, wait
a second. Sorry, that's a miss.
Alright.
No!
I slipped. I was close on the AC, but I slipped. I had to double check it. The problem is I'm using the basic Mummy Lord, but this is an enhanced version, and every now and again I hover over him and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a hit, but then it's like, no, Alan. No, he's stronger than that. So don't mind me, that's a miss.
That's alright. This is 5e. Why can't we have a flat bonus instead of advantage? It doesn't work. Imagine if I got that +5 for 24 instead of rolling a 4. Anyway, I'm going to rant to myself. That's bonus action. Can I? Oh, that would probably be an action. I was going to ask if I could move Bellamy, but I imagine that would be my action. She probably wouldn't appreciate it if I was like, "Can I use my interact object?" She'd be like, "Don't objectify me," or something similar. So I guess that's my turn.
All right. You guys think I can do athletic checks today?
I don't know. I fucking hope so.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's something.
That looks like it's in the high teens.
All right. 24 on your athletic skill check as you start to pry the ceiling up. Let's see how that affects against the legs you push. You manage to push the roof up slightly, lifting it a little higher, helping Rhea, who gives you a nod. Who's now not being crushed, but is still pinned. And yeah, since I'm not using my Yeti today, you'll see me on mute a lot in Discord. I just set up a keybind for it. That way you don't hear from my mic all day.
It's alright.
And that way I can do my evil DM laugh when I'm muted. Go wah ha 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 ha. Except, you know, I gotta be muted.
Snow.
That's too jovial, John. Too jovial. You have a hard time not sounding happy, which is a good thing.
The problem is, evil laughters are supposed to be jovious. You're being evil, and it is bringing you great joy in the suffering of others.
That crazed insanity of evilness. I can do one. I just usually hold it in. Especially, like, when I just moved upstairs and have the window open, I do one now, someone's gonna jump on the street and be like, "Oh, crap, it's Doofenshmir's coming after me." Whatever his name was from Phineas and Ferb. I don't think he actually did one. I don't know. I didn't watch this so much, I just know the guy because he can't not. But
So actually, talking about him, in Risk of Rain, there is an equipment called the remote caffeinator.
okay,
I
that's
don't
pretty
know
awesome,
why,
though.
but it's like caffeinator. That is a Dutzberger, whatever his name is.
Doofenshmirtz. Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz.
Doofenshmirtz.
I know this because my younger sister is like 16 years younger than me.
Oh, fair.
Like,
So she'd be
I
watching that.
Yeah, I got a double dose of the newer wave of Disney.
Fair.
I like the movies. But, alrighty. Dan, you are up. It is Jade's turn. As Abracastabius. He knows how it works. He's like, I got the invisible blade, I'm gonna use the invisible blade.
Would you like to think about it? Stab.
I'm assuming you're going for the guy you had, the advantage on him. A 31, definitely a hit. You go ahead and roll up your damage. And I don't know if you got yourself on a hard mute, I haven't heard nothing.
He's
But then again-
method acting. He's
Yeah.
He just has to throw the dice down. He goes, look, this is how hardcore I am, check this, rolls. And it's like, yeah, we know, you're about to really hurt them.
Dan is a man of few words. And we can respect that.
a man of few words but many stabs.
More like few words, many dice.
That's true.
That's better.
Nasty
Because Flux
39 points.
is a many slashes, right?
Many. 39 points. As Jade stabs with a sneak attack from behind. Anything else for your turn, Dan?
No.
Alrighty.
Did you become invisible again, or?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he's got evil plan then. Now it's the Skull Lord's turn. Let's take a look here as we roll around to him.
What was up with him?
Oh, he's
Got a
just
skull.
he's afraid at the moment.
Oh.
He's gonna turn and make 3 swings at Rhea.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to not pick a target that's
I mean,
to the floor.
If he does that, I get to do that.
Yep.
What made him frightened again?
I don't remember.
So you're going to use your reaction and make a melee weapon attack against him.
Yep.
And a 35 is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So 7 slashing, 13 radiant.
Alrighty. So we'll take that into effect after the creature makes its attack, because
Yeah.
that will take effect afterwards. And let me give a roll for that one, which he gains advantage on for the roll. And that's a miss against the raise, and you hit him for the grand total of 30 points of damage all in on him.
Yep. Does the radiant actually affect him? Because I know most of these people seem resistant to radiant.
He's certainly not vulnerable to it by any means.
Okay.
Takes 30 on the chin and continues his assault as he fires more rays at Rhea. And that second one is a hit. As for the third, because I had to roll back too far, so I just popped it on the character sheet. That one is going to be a hit. As a green ray of energy, 3 of them fly through and 1 sledgehammers into Rhea for 23 points of damage. And that's it for the Skull Lord's turn. Lulu's turn now, who looks back towards the hole in the wall and looks back towards the party, then back towards the hole in the wall as she looks over her spellbook.
Does she still have her trumpets?
Oh, she has her attacks.
But I guess it'd probably make her a target. Lily, just do a Final Fantasy VIII. Raise dead on the undead. That'll kill it instantly. Boss battle skipped.
Lulu leans over, starts nibbling at one of her feathers and pulls it out. She goes, "Oh, no, ow, okay, there we go. It's not a phoenix down, but it's a Lulu down. Will this work?" That's going to be it for Lulu's turn. If I rush her into combat, I'm pretty sure Jillian might actually throw that longsword at me she was practicing with. That was awesome video, by the way. Alrighty, so Bellamy's turn. Who's stunned, so she doesn't get to do nothing. Oh, that was nice. I finally get to use it on a player instead of getting it used on me so many times. I stun lock. Anyway, Death Knight's turn. Who's gonna look towards Jade and look somewhat surprised, somewhat perturbed, and it's gonna swing its longsword at you 3 times. AC 25, first swing is a miss. Second swing's also a miss, as I don't roll any better. Third swing, come on. Yes, alright, so, as Jade moves quick with Honeysickle, you manage to parry 2 of the blows, but the third lands clean. As it grips 2 hands and swings down with its mighty longsword, you take 36 points of damage total, which is split between 8 for the longsword itself and 23 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, I'll just reaction half it.
Yeah. You drop that down. Instead of taking 36, you are now taking, what, 18? Yeah, 18.
18.
Perfect. Character shrugs it off, dances around and pushes the blade away as it starts to slice, nice and smooth, as is tradition. And now for the second Skull Lord who looks upon Rhea, still in its partial ethereal form, as it uses as well 3 of its deathly rays at her. Get it, Rhea? Ray?
I would be very upset if she died on a pun, no.
Oh, it's so close, but they all miss. Ricocheting off her incredibly armored hide as she's glaring at the undead in front of her as we swap over to the 5th round on Rhea's turn. Well, I'll make her strength check. Because, you know, that's how it works. Savings throw. Public roll normal. I rolled like dog shit. Yes! Rhea groans. Hold on, though. Oh, 1 sec. Already. Rhea groans as the ceiling fights back, those large bone legs pushing down. Let's see how she does against them. They do overpower and push back as Rhea's pressed further into the floor. Oh, that's not the right damage. 39 further points of damage for Rhea. As she struggles under the massive weight of the roof. Now Death Knight's turn. He's going to look back in surprise at Jade, who appeared behind him, draw up his longsword with both hands, and of course swing, because... well, they're kind of on autopilot. They like to kill things. Oh, I'm still got that on public. Let me go back to private. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Only one attack hits you once again as you dance between shots. And as the blade strikes, you take a total of 24 points of damage. 5 and 14 for the split this time. So less on the second one. If you were a gambling man, your gamble paid off. You took less damage overall on this turn. Best possible outcome.
What was the total again?
24, which is split between 5 points and 14 points. And we are in the start of a new round, so you do have your reactions back if you wanted to use one to half that to 12.
I thought the reaction came back on your
Or,
turn.
sorry, turn. Right, turn. I even messed up that rule before. Oop. Once we roll back around to your turn, you'll get your reaction back. Don't mind me.
Okay, I was just asking, so I don't remember. I couldn't remember how you were.
I don't know, I had that
Running
wrong
that.
when we fixed it a bit ago. It only slightly affects battle, but it does affect the flow of it. But it's also one of those things, I messed it up for so long, I gotta really focus to fix it.
Oh yeah, no worries. When I started playing a rogue, I was like, you need advantage for sneak attack, and then I read it close, and I'm like, oh my god.
No, you just need someone close. You just need someone close.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or, you know, being able to turn invisible, you come out and you have advantage because you're sneaky if you've snuck around, a whole bunch of fun stuff like that, but I digress.
I was so ashamed I made a meme about it.
Mummy Lord's turn. Let's see, what shall I have him do? This time,
What shall I do today? What shall I
it's
do?
going to swing its rotting fist twice at Bellamy, who he has advantage against with this attack.
Monster.
That's rude of him.
Literally. It's literally a monster.
Alrighty, the second punch hits. Who wants to roll a con save for Bellamy?
I choose
I'll
not
do
me.
John said no. I think Jillian just said yes. I'm not sure. They both overlapped a little, so I missed that.
I'll do
She
it,
did.
yeah.
Alrighty. So you throw me up a con save to see how Bellamy does.
Ooh,
Nice.
almost as good as I could hope for.
And thankfully, stunned and incapacitated doesn't give any negatives to the Constitution savings throw. So
Yeah,
Jillian,
just strength and dexterity. Yes?
knocking that one out of the park, you manage to squeak by on a save and resist the horror of mummy rot that would have inflicted her. However, she still takes the damage from the strike itself.
That's fine.
Oh my god, I've never seen so many ones.
Good. Can you guys tell me, I have the reload application and log out option up here. How do I get rid of it on my screen?
Hit escape.
Yeah.
Oh, I do hit escape? Okay, I was worried if I hit it again, it would exit it.
It's a valid fear, but weirdly enough, no.
Oh, good old Foundry.
Oh, where you go, Bellamy?
That's me.
Calm down, Bellamy.
Foundry messing up its controls again. I gotta figure out what causes that. So annoying. She takes 30 points damage overall, which I've applied to her, and in doing so, the whole system basically shot a brick. Jillian, your turn.
That's Foundry's way of telling you not to do that.
She takes 30 damage and goes for a little dance, being like, ow, 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 ow.
It's like Foundry doesn't know Nunlock is turned off.
I wonder if the devs know about it. They just released an update, like a 9.9, something like that.
I just reinstalled everything for the 5th time. When I saw that, I was like, up yours. I'll wait a day. Not gonna lie.
Oops, that was supposed to be advantage.
That's gonna be a hit, but roll for a critical regardless.
Nope.
Okay, fair.
Should I do my third strike, or should I see how where the two take me?
Oh, you'll want to do your third strike.
Oh, great.
There
There it
we'll
is.
Oof, the Dice Lord cometh.
Okay, so all three hit, right? And the last one was critical?
Yep.
Okay. It was really bad damage. And then this is a critical. I'm just gonna check. There's a thing that Slasher does on critical hits. When you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage to a creature, you grievously wound it until the start of your next turn. The target has disadvantage on all attack rolls. Would you like me to display it? I'll roll the last one.
I can't decide what of the like slasher, crusher, or piercer feats that I like best, because I think I like crusher because if you score the critical, then you get advantage on all subsequent attacks, or all other attacks get advantage on it. So it's really good in the monk if you get that first critical. But
What did piercing one do again?
I think piercing's a little sad. I think it just gives you an extra D8 piercing damage or something like that.
Oh, Alan, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I wonder if you went on hard mute.
Oh, no, I was doing my math.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Literally just finished, threw up a nice pretty picture. I got the damage on there. And and I got that because really, at this point, just swinging a sword. And then I googled and I saw that, and I'm like, I love that kitty. It's so adorable. But don't mind me. Flux is not nearly quite so nice. Her first two swings as she slashes across the mummy's chest. Watching it regenerate probably fills her with a certain degree of unbridled rage, because she clearly cleaves its head clean off the shoulders with the third shot. It laughs, of course, as it forges a new one out of sand, forming back into a sightless monstrosity that you can see there, bandages covering it as it cackles, though it's certainly lurking badly injured now.
Am I suddenly worried that it's gonna regen? Okay, I'll do a strike with this one.
Oh no.
All things
It's gonna
balanced.
miss.
But at least it was that sword, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna... Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot at the end of the previous turn. They're no longer stunned.
Yes. Yep. I am gonna scoop my sword up so it restarts the counter. And I'm gonna go, let's call that 10. 15. 15, go on, thank you. And then I'll do I have enough to jump? Like, I'll take the attack of opportunity if he's gonna use it. Wanna check out what's going on over here.
Oh, the problem is getting past Bellamy.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if I have enough to jump. Or no.
You look to be about 5 feet short, because 5 to get in the pup space, 15 to get where you are, 20 puts you in Bellamy's, 30 puts you in the spike pit. So you'd coming up about 5 feet short.
Okay, I think I have something for that. Just 1 second.
Alright.
I'm going to use...
Potion of turn into halfling.
Nope.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, did I get rid of it?
Y'all know me, I like halflings and hobbits and all that stuff, even though if I say hobbit for D&D, I'll get sued.
Oh, shoot, I think I got rid of it. I was going to do bait and switch, but I think I removed it as one of my maneuvers.
That must be frustrating.
No, I don't have it anymore. So that's the end of my turn. And my sword's in my hand, so its counter's back at 0.
Alrighty.
You can't end there because Dean is standing there.
Oh, Dean is there?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I couldn't see him. Okay, I will not move. If I figure out I can't make it, then I'll just stay where I'm at.
Thanks, Dan. That didn't actually show on mine either. I couldn't see Dean on mine on that one either. I had that magical flying sword. I moved it and nothing was there. Weird. But now I see him clear as day. It's like, Dean's like, he's there, and suddenly he's not invisible anymore. Is that rogue perception of yours, Dan?
Sorry, Dean.
Look at me. I'm the rogue now.
Anyway, yeah, that's the end of my turn. I won't move anywhere, if that's the case, because I can't do anything anyway.
If you were to move to this space, triggering an attack of opportunity on this turn, technically, you'd be able to go from there, be 5 into Dean's space, 15 into Bellamy's, 25 into the hole, 30 gets you just past it. If you wanted to prep for next turn in the same regard. You'll take another attack of opportunity as you run by this guy. But you can also swing at him as you... Well, maybe not. You don't have any space you can swing at him from. Oh.
Right, okay. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Speaking of Dean, your turn, buddy.
Okay, right, I will try this again, because I'm running out of stuff I can do. Come on, surely a 33. Come on, this time.
Yeah, that's a hit. The dice forgive you this time, so that's definitely a hit. You go ahead and swing.
Watch this. We'll do sub 10 damage. Okay, alright. So that's acid damage. I don't know if that changes the damage value at all.
The acid strikes over his form, injuring him and burning, but he still seems to be somewhat resistant overall, though certainly looking very badly injured now.
Well, good. Okay, for my bonus action, I think the best I can do is... oh wow, at half health Jade has more hit points than Bellamy. That's stressful. Bellamy's constitution stresses me out, guys. Okay, I think I'll still heal Jade with a bonus action healing word, because he's taken some, what's that, 3 swipes a turn, so you get 11 back there, Dan, and that will be my turn.
I was wondering what that aura around Bellamy was, and I scrolled back up. I believe she has a spell that should be dealing damage out.
Oh, Spirit Guardians, you're right. So that,
Ooh,
yep,
that's the auto trigger on the bad guy's turn too, right?
yeah, it's like a Wisdom save, I think, for
Ben's
half
only gained 3.
damage.
Give me a second here. I'm gonna scroll back to that one. Actually, I'm just gonna repost that one. I'm too lazy to scroll that far. Spell Moon. Spirit Guardians. That's a high one. There we are.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Let me give him
good.
a Wisdom savings throw.
Good spot, Dan. So I was just like, Belling's glowing. Sounds about right.
I was trying to figure out why she was glowing, and thankfully Ellen didn't clear the chat before we started, so I was scrolling up and I'm like, what is it? What is it? This is bugging me.
That's a good catch, bud. That's half the reason I don't do it for battles, for these exact reasons. After this fight, I'll certainly be clearing it. But that's a good catch, Dan. Very good catch. You get a point of inspiration. Actually, you might be one of the characters who use their inspiration, so you might be able to use that inspiration. Half 3d8 radiant damage. So let me give the damage roll for that. I rolled 9 total. I got 2 1s and a 9 and a 7. That's pretty bad.
That sounds like an Alec damage roll. What's going on?
I roll poor when I try to play for the players. They're like, the DM does not get to play a PC, and I'm like, I know, okay, I know. Just give me Lulu. I don't need anybody else.
You can't beat Jillian's. She ran a one shot for me and my brother and his girlfriend to introduce them to D&D. I think a group of kobolds ambushed us, and she attacked my characters. I think it was with 3 natural 20s.
Oh my fuck.
Jeez, that's still actually pretty epic. I like that.
I assume you died.
No, I was a Goliath monk, so I was able to Stone's Endurance, and I think came out with like half health.
Oh, and that little extra shot of damage, Dan, has pushed the record to say that he's now near death. So huzzah. Yo, Craig's turn. With an athletics of 20.
I think Nilcrates, you should maybe start trying to dice some fools, because the ceiling has proved to be your greatest enemy.
But the problem is, if I do that, then Ray gets crushed.
75 points of crushing damage to Rhea as the ceiling continues to drop. Overpowered and overweighted.
Rhea was holding that up, and you were like giving her advantage or something, or is it the both of you?
We're both we're trying to get it to a point where we can drag her out, and it just doesn't work.
Unfortunately, there's actual skeletal legs on the ceiling pushing down, so it becomes a counter. And you know the ceiling gets at least a +6, judging by the fact that I rolled a 10 out loud and Rhea got a 16 and failed.
Yeah.
She's down to 93 hit points as she's being crushed under the grates of metal. Anything else for Nilkrasner?
Nope.
Alright. Next up is Pup, who gets a turn this turn. No longer stunned. Though, at the end of your turn, the Mummy Lord is going to release, using 2 legendary actions, the channel of negative energy, which prevents healing until the end of the Mummy Lord's next turn.
Okay. So then, yeah, move up there. Attack.
I think that's a miss.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 is a miss against the Mummy Lord. Jade's turn, as you face down 2 Death Knights, who are now staring at you. Another strike from Honeysuckle against the one that you have advantage on. Oh. Both sides of the coin right there, a 20 and a 1. You go ahead and roll your crit damage. As Jade comes out of the shadows to kick even more ass. 14 points plus 4 points, 18 points of damage, plus big dirty critical sneak attack. That's a lot of d6s. That's 9d6.
Yeah, I hit critical and it didn't roll.
You have to roll again. Even better. So that's what, 87 points of damage right there?
Well, 69 from sneak attack.
Yup.
Nice.
Very nice. Nice.
87 total?
With one clean shot, as you drive from front to back, you kill him stone dead over his health amountage. Saying forget it to what it's saying for injured or whatever, you make sure he no longer has a tomorrow, as you annihilate the Death Lord. Or the Death Knight, rather. One down. So many to go.
And yeah, that's it for me.
That was a well-placed critical. I'm not gonna lie, it was only a couple points high enough to do it, but it was still a one-shot. Very nicely done. It's a clap, clap, clap. Skull Lord's turn. Well, of course you know what they're gonna do. Attack Rhea.
Hey, Fergus. Hey.
See, that first one was supposed to be with the advantage. Not that I think it matters, because I'm ruling it badly. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Sadness Chan. One attack hits for a critical as they pelt into Rhea with everything they've got. 57 points of damage later. She's down to 36 hit points. Lulu's turn. She hops from foot to foot.
How's it going over there? Are we winning? Punch him once right in the nose for me. I think he smells funny. I smell him from over here. I swear, he's the smelliest thing.
Bellamy's turn.
Okay. I mean, she has her spiritual weapon up. So she should maybe try that. See if she can take out the Mummy Lord, because she's got her wings out as well, so if she hits, she'll do extra radiant damage. What's her plus to hit with her spiritual weapon? Anyone remember what level we cast it at? Was it 4th or 2nd?
Probably would have stuck to her. She's got here because she's got 0 of 3 5th levels and 0 of 3 4th levels. 2 of 3
Yeah.
I feel like it was.
levels. 'Cause she
I
used
feel like
Spirit
it was.
Guard.
I feel like it was one above what its base level is. Like if it's base level 3, it would. I think we cast it at 4. I remember correctly.
You know, if you could search the chat, that would be nice. I'm like scrolling back, like, where is it? She casts Spirit Guardians at 3rd level, so that was her 1 3rd level cost from what I'm seeing.
Yep. We could just do the roll to hit and then worry about it later, because it's only like 1
4th level spiritual
damage
weapon.
dice.
So that's 2
I was.
levels
I
higher.
was. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was. Okay.
Good
Right.
catch. So she used that at 4th level to make it a big bad sword.
Right, so that's who wants to roll?
I have a D20 thing up. I can just hit it, and then we can figure out what we add to it. Oh, I don't think that's gonna hit.
I think it's like a plus 10, so 12. No, it misses.
Yeah. She has her 9 lives, Stealer. He's immune to it, but she would have advantage and the extra radiant. And she wouldn't have to use another spell slot.
Is that like her sword or something?
Yeah.
We could do, yeah. Yeah, sure. I don't really know what else to. Cause she can't heal anyone because of the Mummy Lord's thing. It's probably got magic resistance, so like just spell save thing's probably worthless. Yeah.
Is it really only a +2?
Surely it can. What is it? It's a rapier?
Yeah.
+2. Well, +2 from her dex and +2 from the sword, but shouldn't she be added proficiency to it?
It said not proficient, but I think Alan made it for her, so I would be surprised if he made her something that she wasn't proficient in.
Proficient. It's one of the basics. It may not be just selected somewhere, but she should have proficient in any weapon she's wielding at this point in the game. So you can definitely add +6 to that, which would bring it up to 21.
Which still wouldn't hit. I rolled it at advantage too.
I am looking through
Sorry,
her
guys.
spells. She does have higher level spell slots, just not spells. So you could upcast the 6th or 8th level on her other spells.
Well, it's immune to radiant, isn't it? And it's immune to necrotic, and those are her main spell damages, so why would we waste a spell slot?
That's fair. Definitely immune to necrotic. Radiant, it was definitely resistance.
Right. Still doesn't really seem worth it to be using a high-level spell slot.
That's fair. I'm just pointing it out because
We'll just-
multi-classers,
Yep.
they're different types
Yep. I get it. We'll call it a miss then, maybe.
of rating.
Yeah,
Up
that's
next.
weird. The rapier's definitely in the bard class thing, so maybe
It might
it's
just
like
not be selected.
an import thing, maybe. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Alright, so she misses.
Alrighty. Death Knight's turn. They're going to cast a spell. As they use the mighty power of their destructive wave. It means they're not swinging at Jade 3 times, but they are definitely going to use some spells and power on him. Oh, everything is not signed in. Give me one moment, I'm just pulling up a D&D Beyond so I have the spell. I often do this in advance as I'm doing things, but I'm wondering why it wasn't working and tell me I didn't have the book, and it's like, oh, because I'm not signed in, because I'm stupid.
New computer, who's this?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, everything's telling me that today. Even my voice mod was like, you gotta transfer your license. And I'm like, you're a voice mod. Come on, you're not that important. Okay. So, Dan, bringing it back to this that I got my spell up. I'm gonna need a con savings throw from your character as it releases a ripple of necrotic energy along with thunder energy that radiates out from the raw strength of it. Ooh, Oh, actually. And you're not the only one who has to make that save. I have to do some math. I thought it was only 5 feet. It's actually 30 feet. So I'm gonna need also...
Oh, also, Dan, you had advantage on that.
Oh, because of your magic aura thing?
It is a spell, right?
Yep. Nilkrace and Bellamy, or Rhea, are also gonna need to roll. And I'm gonna need someone to roll for Bellamy.
Ooh, that's a con save.
I see a lot of passes on the board.
Oh, I assume a 26 is a pass, right?
Rhea's like, don't roll for me, Alan, don't roll for me. No, please don't. Oh, why'd you have to do it, Alan? Oh, but she has advantage.
Who's
That's
doing
better.
that?
She passes.
You can roll for Bellamy.
Yeah, I don't really want to. Not been rolling great.
So I need to take the hit. So you click the was the are you supposed to click like a little +2 on the...
No, what you do in Roll20, you click on Constitution, like the word itself.
Okay, right. Okay, I see.
As for those of you, everybody has passed so far, except Bellamy. She has failed. 39 points of damage for you all. Otherwise, those of you who have passed take half of 20 and 19. So you're talking 19 points of damage.
What type of damage is it?
It's a mixture of two types. The first is thunder, and the second is necrotic.
Because I'm resistant to necrotic.
Yippers, and that's the 20. So that drops to a 10, which then drops to a 5. So you take 14 points of damage total.
Thank you.
Rhea takes a hit on the chin, and she's very near death now. 18 points.
She's... I thought she was immune to necrotic, or resistant at the very least.
She is immune to lightning and necrotic.
So she gets back 10 of those hit points.
And cold and poison and thunder.
Yep.
Wasn't the other damage thunder?
Yep, so she's back up to full. I had to double check on that sheet. I forgot it doesn't show it on the sheet in here because it didn't carry over. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh yeah, she takes them. The full attack hits her. She's standing there under the spikes, looks back, glares at Nilkrace for a second.
I choose not to be affected by this.
I'm pretty sure you just passed gas.
Rhea says with a nod. Because that's all she would have felt from this, just a bit of a rush, and looks back, what was that? Plus it gave me an excuse to test out my voice changer. Hopefully it worked.
That makes me wonder if she's taken damage from those attacks before and we forgot about her immunities.
That's only the second time he's used it. For that one specifically. They only have it so many times a day, and I've already used one of their spell slots, so that's pretty much it for his abilities. That's pretty much it for his turn. Now it's the Skull Lord's turn. Death rays at Rhea.
What kind of damage is that?
It's necrotic.
So it doesn't affect her. It never should have affected her. So if she's taken damage from that...
Once, even if then. I have to scroll back and see.
Well, the only reason why I'm being picky about it is because she can't heal. So I want to give her as many hit points as she should have if we're able to do that.
Oh yeah. Let's see, there was longsword swings. Well, if that's the case, it wouldn't use the attack because it would have saw they didn't affect her. So I'll give her a freebie out from a longsword if one strikes her. Because otherwise I have to look back through the chat, and John's only got 45 minutes. So, I'm being lazy.
Right. Okay.
Though I do know I need, like, really high numbers to hit her, and I haven't been lucky thus far. It's mostly been the thingamajigger above her head that's been doing the damage.
Right.
A 1, a 2. Oh, that's a hit. It shouldn't be a hit, but it's a critical, so it's a hit. And she gets to ignore the damage from one half of that as he baps her with a staff on her head. And she takes 20 points of... Oh no, 10 points of bludgeoning damage. I doubled the double, my bad. 10 points of bludgeoning damage and completely ignores 30 plus points of the necrotic damage, dropping her down to a whopping 28. As the Skull Lord's turn comes to an end and we roll over to Rhea. Now, it's pretty clear she's pinned, she's being crushed. If she fails this check, it's not going to end well. Who wants to roll her strength save? I'd do it, but if I kill her, I'll feel bad.
And there's no way she can have advantage, even though Nilkrates has been helping her the whole time.
He's been prying up on the ceiling himself this whole time, doing his own checks, not using the aid action to give her advantage.
Right, okay. I don't really want to do it. Would this... Have we used her legendary resistances? Would this count for these checks, or no?
These are just cross checks. You basically roll against the ceiling that's pressing down. They're counter stealth strength checks, and Rhea has been doing well.
I'll do it if no one wants to.
I don't want to do it.
Okay. You gotta carry that weight.
No, it came up as private.
Alec, you're terrible. How dare you roll that as private when we're like...
It's not a good day for Rhea.
The ceiling got a 20.
Rhea drops to 0 as the ceiling pins her down.
We can't heal her because she has mummy rot, right?
Yep.
Great.
Rhea is now unconscious.
Can we revive them?
You can try to stabilize her, but she also has the ceiling pinning into her now at this point. Mummy's Lord's turn. The Mummy Lord is going to use their Rotting Fist to take 2 more swings at Bellamy.
Oh, Bellamy was resistant to necrotic.
Sweet.
So if it does necrotic damage, she should have a little bit more. In case you've...
I think she got
I don't
hit
know.
by it
I know he
last
hit her
turn,
last
and
time.
It was, it should have been reduced then, because he did catch her
Alright.
with 1.
She took the full 39 destructive waves, so I don't know. She get back like 14 or something. And I don't know how. Remember what the split was.
Ouch, he rolled a 1 on his first attack regardless. So that's a miss. That's a balance, I suppose. The second one, her AC is high enough to deflect the shot, so neither of the 2 strikes will hit her this turn. We'll have to roll back to find the other ones, which we'll look into. Lux's turn.
Oh my god. This guy needs to fucking die. I'm gonna hit him. I really don't like the your turn thing because it blanks out the screen and then I think that I'm on the wrong tab because it's so dark and then I switch around tabs to try to find the one that I should be on and then I realize I was on it the whole time. Really don't like it.
I'll switch it off.
Fair.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll switch that off for next week then if the year turn's being a bother. It looks cool, but if it's annoying, that's no good. 30 points as you slice across. Still standing. If you want to still take some more swings at him. See if you can alleviate that problem of him being alive. You might. Feel free to roll up damage on that 26, because that's a hit as well. And attack number 3. That's it. So you go ahead and roll up 3rd damage against the Mummy Lord, who's looking near death.
Oh, he should have had disadvantage on the attacks too, because I had a critical. Fuck. Sorry, I don't know if you remember that or not.
Right.
He missed both times anyway, but yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
If he had hit, I'd be rolling back to remove one probably, because
Yeah.
he pretty much needs crit to hit a lot of you at this point in the fight, I've noticed. He's mostly all of his spells at this point. Anything else for your character? Taking a swing with your floaty sword?
I mean, if he's still up, I will try.
He's near death, but still standing. A 29 is definitely a hit. For
17 points.
I noticed it rolled the damage out at the same time, and I was like,
Right.
that confused me.
Yeah, it's because I was rolling through from D&D Beyond.
Alrighty. And anything else on Flux's turn?
I can't do anything else unless I move, but I don't. That's 5. And then if I go, is Pup there? Because I don't see him. He was there.
John,
Pup is up one. He's standing right
Oh.
beside you.
so you can totally make it.
I still don't see him.
area.
He's underneath the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, if you're saying I can make it across, I'll go, because I'll take the attack. I don't really care at this point.
5, 10, 20, 25. And you got 5 more feet of movement. And of course, it's going to try and hit you with a rotting fist. You never know. I could get lucky and roll a 20.
When it tries to attack, Pup will use deflect attack, giving it disadvantage, as well as taking damage.
I think it already has disadvantage on its attack, though.
It was
yeah.
the
The slasher thing? Is that ending? your
yeah.
And at the start
I
or
was
the end
just
of your turn?
I can't remember. I displayed it, but it got buried. Just 1 second. I'm scrolling through right now.
But the big thing is it also deals an extra 9 points
Starts.
of damage.
The
Start
start,
at the
yeah.
next. Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to be a miss. So you go ahead and takes 9 points of damage as well. As Flux makes a run for it.
It is force damage.
Yep.
Isn't it? Yeah, force damage.
So I ended up did I take any damage?
No, he missed you.
No.
Okay.
I got to roll a crit, and the odds of that become like 1 in 400 when I got a disadvantage. Oof.
Well, my movement's not that, like, my AC's not that high. It's only 21.
Pup is being helpful.
Thank you, Pup.
And next up, Alex's turn.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, fuck off, you fucking stupid cunty advantage. Oh, it's simple and fast. Numbers!
A 22's a miss. Sorry,
Yeah,
bud. I wish I had good news, but oh.
that's, I got nothing else to do.
Alrighty then. Next up, Milkray's turn. And I could roll a 1. You are not successful in raising the roof any further. Pup's turn. Force empowered rend against the Mummy Lord. As Pup tries to take a bite. Even though he gets freebie automatic. Oh, 23, that's a hit. You go ahead, roll your damage.
"13 force. Actually, I
Alrighty.
forgot to move here. But
The Mummy Lord is still standing as Pup bites on his leg from behind. Anything else on Pup's turn?
nope.
Alrighty. Jade's turn. Dan, you are up. You making a stab at the guy beside you?
Yeah.
Alright. So you go ahead and make your attack roll.
What's the average supposed to be for advantage?
+5.
Okay. I'm running a campaign on Wednesday that's a new homebrew rule. Anytime you get advantage, you get +5 instead. Oh, it's so difficult. We wanted to make it easy for players. If you can't add +5, then there's very little I can do to help you.
27's definitely a hit on that one, Dan. You go ahead, roll up your damage.
Dean, you seem a little mad.
I've never liked advantage and disadvantage because it's just I don't think it works, and it's coming back to haunt me today.
It really
Like
is.
you roll a 4 and a 3, it's not a benefit. You spent a 4th level spell slot to get a difference of 1. It's hokum. It's shite. Jeremy Crawford can suck a big fat one because there's no need
You
for
mad,
it to
bro?
be like that. Yeah.
Alrighty. Then, as your turn comes to an end, the Skull Lord is going to make 3 more attacks, again, with his staff. These time coming at nail crates, and the first one's a hit. Second one's a miss. And the third one is a miss as well. And as he sledgehammers you with the staff in a blind spot, you take 59 points of damage, split 8 points bludgeoning and 48 points necrotic.
So I take the 8 full, and then you said 48 necrotic, right?
Gonna be 32 overall. You used to get the half off on the necrotic, which drops it to 24.
Yeah, perfect.
Good thing he was swinging at you instead of Rhea. That was a critical hit. That would have hurt.
I mean, 8 points of damage isn't...
The end of Lulu's turn. The Mummy Lord's gonna once again use 2 legendary actions to release that negative aura, making healing impossible to the end of its next turn. Lulu's turn. It's just gonna float around, continue to cheer you all on and say, "Oh, you can all do it. I believe in you." Bellamy's turn next.
No,
Uh-oh.
never mind.
Okay, dokie.
Should
Did
we?
Mummy Lord do the wisdom save for Spirit Guardians?
Oh, right, that's still up. I gotta give that wisdom check a run. It's supposed to be at the start of their turn, so
Yeah.
That was for Bellamy's spiritual weapon. That 14.
what did she get plus to that? Oh god.
24.
Well,
She gets a +10.
That's gonna be a hit. And I gotta calculate Spirit Guardians, because it still takes half damage. It's 3d8.
So it is resistant to radiant damage. Or we knew that. So it's 2d8 for the spiritual weapon, right, Dean? I'm asking mostly.
It would be 2d8 plus 4 for wisdom. Do you have +4 wisdom? Yep. But because her wings are out, she also does 19 points of radiant damage, so it'd be halved to 9. So that would be 10 plus 4 plus 9.
23.
23.
23 points of damage, along with 20 points of damage from her Radiance, which she has managed to hit him with, which gets cut in half because he passed on his save, and then cut in half again since he's resistant, which brings his health down a little farther, and then she hits for 23 points of damage. Well, even
What?
cutting that damage
Isn't-
in half. Because you said she just hit for 23 with her attack, with her wings, and with her etc., right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because math. This is the last time I give a bad guy resistance to everything. I swear it. He drops just enough in the end, it would seem, as his health would appear to diminish out to nothing, and he just cackles madly as he stares towards the group of you. Bellamy, however, might have a slightly more shocked look on her face, however. For what she sees isn't something she's used to as of yet. As gnarled hands seem to come forth from the very stone of the wall itself, blackened robes surrounding them, as they wrap around the throat of the Mummy Lord, who cackles his last as his body turns to dust. And like a cascade, so do the remaining undead monstrosities in the room, including the bones that push ever down on the ceiling overhead. As Bellamy looks on to her attack, spreads her wings wide, and says, "Ha guys, I did it! Look at that!" Because I figure she'd be pretty bragging up if she got that last hit in on such a fight. The roof's no longer pushing down on Rhea, which means she's no longer in a situation where she's taking damage. And everything on the field's dead. However, I'm keeping the combat tracker going, because she still has to roll death saves. Unless Bellamy has a trick up her sleeve, but we've used her main action for an attack swing.
No, the spiritual weapons are bonus action.
Alrighty.
Ugh.
Well
How do you get rid of the dice roller thing?
Oh God.
Yeah, that was
That was too much.
Okay, I'll just click that to get rid of it. Right, so that would have, it was only Bellamy's
She could
bonus
fly
action.
over there.
She's
and
got a 30-foot fly speed just now, and
she could use her action to go even further.
well,
I
she
don't-
was trying to. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's not the ruler. Jesus Christ.
This is not your day.
She can't. I mean, I think she'd definitely try and fly to get closer. She can get next to.
She has
Or-
a 6th. Tell me if I'm reading this correctly, but she does have a 6th level spell slot, right? So she could cast Greater Restoration at level 6.
That
Two
is correct.
moves.
Yep. She has
Okay.
1/6, 1/8.
So she can cure Mummy Rot as long as Rhea doesn't roll a 1. We should have enough time to heal her after that.
It's a touch spell though.
Yeah, so she needs to get there.
Yeah.
So she can use her movement and her action to get to Rhea.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so maybe she'll do that on this round. We'll get Rhea to roll a death save. And as long as she doesn't get a 1, we should be able to get her up after Bellamy's next turn. Because Bellamy can do Greater Restoration. And then somebody else can do healing. Like, Flux will ready a healing potion for, like... What she could do is she could ready a healing potion or when Rhea's curse is lifted, and then she can feed it to her.
I mean, she can fly above everyone, so she should be able to get.
Flux will lift up. If it helps, she'll lift up the whatever's left of the thing that was crushing
Well,
Rhea.
we're still in combat, so we need to wait for you.
You need me to go back to where I was?
Yeah, because
Okay.
we're still in the turn tracker. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to flip whatever thing is on top of Rhea. I'll lift it up and move it off of her. Flux will.
Okay.
Rhea's turn before that, however, she gets a death
Mhm.
save.
Right.
Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I rolled the save that killed her, so
John!
I don't think I should do the next one.
You give me a
Who's
roll on
rolling?
that d20. John,
Who was it?
Oh.
I rolled random. It's the only way to be fair about this one. Give us a d20, John. See if you can get above a 10. Or 10 or better, I should say.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Good job.
1 pass. Rhea is stable, as Flux rips the
Alright.
machinations off the top of her so she doesn't take further damage.
I will ready an action to cast Cure Wounds once she's been moved.
It's Alex's turn first.
Okay. Well, I can't get within range to do anything. I can only move, so I guess I'll dash.
I thought you cast a spell that gave you an extra 10 feet of movement.
No, There's two versions you can do. One gives you 10 feet of movement, or you can. It's like for me for like strength attacks. The other one is like for wisdom attacks. Is what I chose to do.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't. So I used my action to dash. So yeah, there's nothing I can.
Right.
So
Neil, Chris, turn then. Unless you got something up your sleeves.
I already my action to cast Cure Wounds when the disease is removed.
Already. Though Mummy Rot doesn't prevent you from healing.
Oh, does it?
Right, you can't restore hit points.
If I recall, for Mummy Rot, it does an effect like that. Let me see here. Oh
Once
no, sorry. Right at the very
24
start, the cure start can't regain hit points, and its hit point maximum endurance. Missed right off the front. Is that not in the blurb I included? It is. I'm blind. I thought it said can recover hit points. I'm like, that's weird. That's a really bad nerf on Mummy Rot. Oh well, better not rip the party off. No, the DM just needs another cup of coffee. Don't mind him. Yeah, the cure has to drop first, or the curse has to be removed first.
Yeah.
So Nilcrace takes a ready action to cast Cure Wounds. Anything for Pup?
Pup will move there.
Anything up Jade's sleeves? I mean, you've got a bajillion healing potions, but... There is also the option. You could always try to just stabilize her. That isn't technically healing her.
Yep. I would have tried that if I we could have got in closer, but
I have like a +0 to medicine, so I'm just doing what I can and getting this stuff off of her. And...
yeah, I also have a +0 to medicine because I'm supposed to just heal.
I have a +1, sorry, not +0, but anyway.
I have a +13. Bellamy actually has a +16. She's better in medicine than Alec, but she's also got the remove curse thing.
Well, she doesn't have remove curse. She has greater restoration, but that should do the trick.
Yep.
Jade, were you doing anything?
I could move in and try and stabilize her if that's what we want.
If you want, I don't think it's going to hurt her to try. But it's your call.
It's like a episode of Scrubs when the fray starts playing.
Step 1, you say we need to talk.
Your call if you want to take the attempt to do a wisdom check to heal her up, or at least stabilize her at 0.
Yeah, sure, why not? I have like 5 healer skits.
Awesome. DC 10 wisdom medicine check on that one. If you pass the DC 10, she's stabilized at 0.
Okay.
No more death saves, and pretty
Nothing
much
below a
miracles.
19.
Oh god.
I can't roll below a 19. I have
you have medicine machine trained. Yes,
Yep.
Perfect. So Jade's just walking over, pulling band-aids out from behind his ears, under his fingers, all that, using all the stealthy tricks. Has her bandaged up while you're prepping heals, and he's like, no, she's good, she won't die now.
So, I have a question. As you roll death saves, if you get a natural 20, you pop back with 1 HP. That doesn't work for, like, stabilizing rolls, does it?
Nope. Lulu's gonna float into here because she has 120 and she had the last turn, so she's coming over and floating down by Rhea. Oh no, not Rhea. She gonna die again. This ain't good. We can't just go to a store and pick up a new one. I mean, we seem to have a lot of them hanging around. Oh, maybe not a good time for a joke.
Flux is fully sobbing.
Lulu will float over because she still even then has a couple feet left and just lands beside Flux and pats her on the shoulder like, oh, it's gonna be okay. You see, Jade's already patching up that big old hole in her shoulder. So Jade has stabilized her, which removes any necessary degree of risk. She no longer has to do saves, and there's no further traps to be triggered in the area. So now I'll end the combat tracker, as we're not down to the seconds here. But that does end the fight. And, of course, Nilcrace is going to take the moment. Cast Cure Wounds. If you want to go ahead, toss that up. We can give Rhea back some health.
Well, we'll have to burn Bellamy's restoration first, and then
Oh,
we'll.
yes, definitely.
So there we go.
It's a 6th level, right? So
I just did it up.
She's like halfway through using Greater Restoration, looks back at Lulu like, stop, you're making me laugh. I'll mess up the hand signals. Hold on.
Damn, did she have polymorph this whole time? Could she have just turned Rhea into something else and given her a bunch of hit points, and we just missed it?
Oh, Lulu can only change herself with her ability.
No, I'm talking about Bellamy. I think Bellamy had polymorph.
Oh my god, she could have.
I was gonna try that with Rhea, but by the time the spike trap went down, we were caught outside with the Mummy Lord, and then the Death Knight blocked the corridor because it was attacking Jade.
Honestly, the bad guy just thought to himself, I got one of the 2 really strong-looking ones. But then it's like, wait, they're all really strong-looking. Damn, this backfired.
It's probably better that she didn't, actually, because then she would have only had her 8th level spell left, which we still could have used, but it would have been getting risky. All right. So then we're gonna heal her up because Milkrates has Cure Wounds prepared.
I didn't hit the heal button. Sorry. 10 heals. Not a lot, but enough.
Flux will give her all the potions that she has. I'm sorry, I couldn't get to you.
Ray's like leaning up, looks up, blinks a few times. Now, don't mind me, I'm just fixing my keyboard because you know how he gets.
Looks up, just starts doing a little dance. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Dematerializes, turns to dust, spins around, comes back, reforges herself, squinting at Flux. She then does the oddest thing as you see her laugh somewhat as she rises up very slowly to her feet and puts a hand on Flux's shoulder.
I didn't think in my lifetime I'd ever see you cry.
The house made me really soft, okay? We've been through a lot. Apparently, my trauma is crying.
Rhea is very much used to seeing Flummonoxes, the evil version. So you know, her seeing your character crying has certainly caused her to take a different pause, as she's like, wow, you're actually a nice person? Okay, that's cool, awesome. Rhea seems somewhat moved as she's looking over her body and checking out her armor. Sort of tilts over towards Milkrates and look at that. As she holds up a little piece that just has a hole that just missed where her heart would be, she's like, that's lucky, yeah, oh yeah. Kind of showing off. It's like, look at this, I'm gonna have so many scars. But what might be catching the attention of at least Jade, the sarcophagus at the very front of the room, you can't help but notice a glowing from inside of it.
Well, unless someone stops them, everybody knows what Jade's doing.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question. How are we going to stop you?
Very true.
Is there a cap on preserve life?
Is it concentration? 1 second here.
No, it's a channel divinity. So, like, you can use it.
Channel divinity can only be used like once or twice a day.
No, the channel divinity comes back on a short rest, my dude.
Okay. But that would be the limit, is like how many times?
So she can keep people at half health or restore like 50 HP twice per short rest. Oh.
Nothing wrong with that. Those channel abilities and sight abilities are really nice.
I think Bellamy will do that then. She'll give... Let's see... Who's pretty messed up?
I think Ray is the first.
I think... Yeah, because she fancies Rhea, she'll probably give her an entire 50 HP.
Yep.
And then she'll use her second channel divinity to, I don't know, split 50 HP between whoever wants it.
I don't need it.
Well, while you're doing the math, Dan, I'll say what Jade finds, because he's already walked over and peeked, I'm sure, right? You can see in the bottom of the sarcophagus what appears to be a scroll wrapped up in metal, giving off the glow.
So I think Bellamy could heal like 3 points to herself, and then that'll bring her up to half. 174.
I was going to do 50 HP to Rhea, then 25 to you, 25 to her. The simple maths seems the way to go for Bellamy. Like, nothing too technical.
Fair.
Oh, but the 25 HP will be wasted in her because it's half hit points, right? So, yeah, you're right. We should go somewhere else.
Yeah, so like she could heal herself 3, and then me or Bria for the other 47.
You just take it. Simple.
Right. Yeah. So I heal 47. Bellamy heals 3.
I already applied it to her. She went from 55 to 58.
Perfect. And yeah, Rhea's up to 60. Perfect.
I'm surprised. I've often overlooked life clerics, but that's stronger than you'd think. Yeah.
So then, you got a shiny scroll in your hand.
I'll go back to the rest of the group, sit down, and ritual cast Identify. Just in case
15 minutes later.
Just in case it's trapped or something.
15 minutes later of analyzing this scroll's container, you find it is of artifact grade quality, and you have no idea what it's capable of.
I feel like before we investigate further, we should at the very least have a short rest. Just in case it summons, I don't know.
Trask?
I don't know. God Noob Slayer 420. He shows up.
Yeah.
Says something that you'd hear like from Xbox Live in the late 2000s, and then kills us all. What is it in the that pod, Jillian? It's not Brian Murphy. It's Ryan Murphy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
Right. There is also that room that we never opened, but I'm not too inclined to go in there at this stage.
I think what we should do is take a long rest at this point. And
Yeah.
then worry about the rest of this. Because we're all tapped.
Yeah.
And I'll point out we'll have to break the door down to get into that other room that we missed because I messed up 3 times in a row, so it broke the lock and can't be opened.
Yeah.
Flux will just I could take some anger out.
Now, I will say, after identifying, handling, and physically messing around with the scroll tin, then Jade has an overwhelming urge to open it. So you give me a wisdom save.
Wow.
Jade's fingers, you can all hear it starting to squeak open the side of the canister Before he stops himself, realizes what he's doing, and caps it back like, oh, geez, that's no good.
You may want to put that in someone else's bag of holding for now, until
No.
after the long rest.
Alternative thing we can do is when we leave the pyramid, I can cast Earthquake on it and destroy it forever.
It's a good call.
But you might wake up that one guy that's sleeping up there.
If he was undead, then the Mummy Lord's death might have. I forgot about him. Maybe he's gone. I don't know.
Well, regardless, he's just taking a nap, so I won't wake him up because this was a bit of a mess, and he looked pretty tough too. Lulu says with a nod, sitting down on her rump.
Alright. Sounds like we wanna get the hell out of here to our angel buddies who can watch over us while we sleep.
Yeah.
Ideally.
That sounds good to me.
Alright, at this point, I've got 10 minutes left. We're gonna be resting or something. So I'm actually gonna dip a little early, so I can run and grab food before we're leaving.
Alrighty.
Sure.
It was fun. Sorry I have to go, but...
May still have a trick up
That's
my sleeve
okay.
in this little room that you're in, but hey.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about. You guys can continue to play. I wouldn't mind, but have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one, bud.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
And as we're finishing up, so, what's the plan? You're all gonna backtrack out of here, try to make your way out the main door?
Hopefully. Although
Alrighty.
I'm a bit suspicious of the way you said try the main door.
Of course, because as you all start to exit this hallway, Rhea complaining about some of the injuries and wounds that she's gotten and sort of comparing over with Flux, it's like, hey, you got a scar here, I got one here now. Look at this, it's going to be a nice one on my side. This is going to be real good. They're going to know I'm tough.
Did we take a short rest? Can I ask?
Not yet.
Are you taking one in this room?
Well, we're going to see if we can leave and take a long rest. If we don't take if we can't do that, maybe then we should short rest.
Well, as the team walks their way out towards the front, you find probably no trouble making your way for everybody except Jade. Dan, your character is unable to move the scroll beyond the barrier leading into this room, as if it was struck by a solid wall directly across here. Of course, it didn't draw because I had the selection tool on. Directly across here. The metal scroll will not leave the room. Frozen in place.
You said it was a good reward. I'm probably being a little bit too optimistic here. But what if it's something like a permanent boost, like a blessing or something like that? And maybe we should just read it.
He said it was.
Because we were supposed to get a treasure.
He said it was the most powerful weapon. I think it could be bad.
Right.
Lulu gives a nod. Yeah, I'll go ahead, open the scroll. Ducks behind the wall. I believe in you. Ducks behind the wall.
We have detect good and evil. Is that something that Bellamy would have?
No, I don't think it's a Bellamy thing.
Protection from good and evil.
It would also only show you if there's specific creature types within 30 feet of you.
It's not just an aura of...
No.
You'd know if a place or object has been magically consecrated or desecrated as well. So that's the only thing you'd know. You can also penetrate most barriers, but blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. You're pretty sure the scroll, whatever is inside that canister, would not be viewable by Detect Evil and Good, but you could use it on the canister, if anybody has that spell at the ready.
Yeah, she doesn't have it anyway. And Identify didn't tell us anything.
Just that it's artifact grade and incredibly powerful.
Well,
does it require attunement?
It cannot be attuned.
Right. How about
think Dan was about to say something.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to use some healing potions just to make sure I have some health first.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't we have, we could put the people who are really hurt, we could just have them like hiding behind this wall just in case, and then the three of us who are relatively healthy, we could stay and investigate just so that we kind of keep them out of danger. If that sounds like a reasonable plan.
Alright, who's ducking and hiding? And who's gonna open it? Or are you gonna open it?
I'll open it.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm going to start with a supreme healing potion.
Jade's like partway through chugging potions. And Flux, meanwhile, reaching over, she's like, I'll just open it. Oh wow, 46 right back, look at that. That's a considerable volume.
I can't move no crates, but I was going to put him so he has cover from the wall.
That's I'd love to, but I think John would leave his character within range to give Jade a boost if Jade's doing the opening. Because of his natural plus to all things.
Right, I guess that makes sense.
I could see him doing that. That's all I'd say. But if the party would prefer, he can certainly hide behind a wall. I'm more in tune to what the party wants to do on this one. It's just he's always like, I get close to protect and do this thing.
Yeah. Is Flux, she going to be in the room?
Yeah. I didn't take anything really. I did, but I was healed up nicely. Yeah, no, I know. I just got confused about where we were. So.
Oh no, I was just putting.
That's
like,
okay.
People with like 60-ish health.
Well, then we'll give Neil Crates a supreme healing potion too.
That's sensible.
Like I imagine they're like kind of peeking around the corner. I don't know what's happening, but it's just so that at the very least they've got like some feet of stone between them and that.
So Rhea, Pup, and Lulu are outside the room, and Bellamy's peering around the corner. No Crates is close in the tree.
Okay.
Peering around the corner just to keep her, That way she's with the team like, what's going on, guys? I got the magic. I can do some cool stuff if we need it. I got the 8th level spell still ready. I'll blow something's head off. No Crates is close enough to be affecting the three of you with his ability. I think it might be a little catchy on the sides, but I'm too lazy at the moment. He leans forward.
I can't change his hit points, but John, No Crates gets healed 43.
Perfect. Give me a second. I'll give him an update on that. That'll bring him up to 124 out of 174, which is much better off. Alrighty, moment of truth.
I'll open it.
Slowly open the scroll's metal end, and a pleasant smell of lavender fills the air somewhat from the interior, kept fresh and nice in this denizen of hell. You can see just the very edges on the interior of the scroll inside. It's paper, jet black, and the material itself almost looks like someone cut a piece of the night sky itself, wrapped it up with stars combined, and stuck it inside of the metal. But opening it and peering so far hasn't caused anything bad to happen. You taking that scroll out?
Yes.
As Jade takes the scroll out very slowly, as mentioned, it feels like you're holding a piece of the night sky even. Vast, dark, and powerful in your hands. Moving as it does, the stars do not follow, as if you were peering through some form of gateway. And, as if to personify this, once you take that scroll out, it springs to life, springs to action, and jumps down onto the very ground in front of you, springing up straight and wide, as it forms a door directly in front of you. The back of it shining, as mentioned, like a piece of the night sky, and the front of it, a beautiful brown mahogany.
Ah.
Of course, it has a doorknob as well.
Is my star map react at all?
They don't like each other.
They
You can feel animosity between the two powers clashing. But looking at the map, you can tell one important thing. If you want to give a survival or history check, and anybody is open to make these checks, mind you, but since you're peering at the starry side, you can always roll it with Alec first.
Oh, Flux has survival, I think.
Oh, by all means. She peers around as she's checking out what's going on. Jade does. Sees the two of them looking around either side of the door. They both look at each other, probably give each other the nod and lean back, and it's like, that's the night sky from home.
I think this would take us out. Like, this is our way out of hell.
Might let something in. I think the only way we'll find out is if we... If you put your hand to the door, does it feel real? Does it feel like is it moving or like vibrating a little?
Alec puts a white glove on, snaps the strap, slides his finger down the front of the door, and goes, solid mahogany. Beautifully well-crafted door, though, to be honest, Flux looking at it might be thinking, I could break that. It's not that tough of a door for such a thing. Though it's magical, so you know it might take a few swings, but doesn't look like it's very heavily enforced.
Alec's hand slowly slides down to the door handle.
Bellamy's peering around Jade's back, just looking at it. She goes, it's a door.
I will stop if he's one. Going once.
If you don't want it open, Jade's going to
Going
do it.
twice. Oh,
Jade just
look, it's already open.
puts the hand on top of Alec's hand and twists as like, we'll do this together.
Okay, so sends out the door's opening.
As you open the door, the first thing to catch your senses is a familiar smell, salt water on the air, and the sound of rain falling. Something you haven't truly heard in quite a while. The light almost blinds, and for some of you, like Nilkgrace and Bellamy, and perhaps Flux as well, you're pretty sure you didn't walk through that door. But as that door was opened by Alec and Jade and the blinding light filled your vision, blocked all that you could see, by the times things settled down once more, and your vision cleared, and you could once again see in front of you, the group of you, minus Pup, were indeed changed and transported. No longer in the bowels of Kania do you find yourselves. Instead, in much more familiar territory, as the darkened light outside is gone so very dim, as it's still so very early in the morning, as the rain pours heavily on the yawning portal. You find yourself standing inside of Durnan's hub, in Waterdeep itself, no less. Though not all is quite as you would expect as you glance around. Peering, you see commoners at various tables, and noticing they're slumped over in their chairs, shifted and dropped. You'd normally recognize drunken people, certainly, but these are corpses. Everyone in this room is dead, save the proprietor himself, one Durnan. He is behind the bar, quite happily. And those of you who've met Durnan or seen him before, he's a rather interesting fellow. Always a smile on his face, always a broad look. Today, however, he's got his back against the wall, arms folded, and head is nodded down. stumbling off into sleep as once in the blue you hear him muttering, young bloods. But none of these things probably catch your attention more importantly than someone sitting at the far end of the bar. You can feel free to move your minis around, by the way. This whole area is lighted and done up.
Yeah.
Because even though, Dan, Jade has met him a few times, you now realize those were but avatars of an incredibly powerful being. As seated at the far end of the bar, extending a finger out towards the party with a very slow, come hither motion. When I say bar, I mean literally the entirety of the tavern. He's off at his own private table, near the end. Only candle lights illuminating this room, as you see a few ignite on his table as well.
I don't know if it's... it doesn't really matter for now, but maybe something worth looking into. When my token's all dark, when like... I think I'm only seeing the vision from nil crates or something. Like I say, it doesn't matter for just now, because I can just press escape to see, but it's...
Yeah, I agree. I can also not really see much.
Your token
I can see it, but it's dark.
Your token should have vision, but it's implying like you can't see that well. Like you're in a dungeon, essentially.
Okay.
But you should have your regular line of vision, and it gets blocked heavily. Most of the light is gone, and the sun hasn't yet risen. And of course, seated comfortably at the table, for the first time, in fact, his blackened cloak wrapped around human form, with a scythe seated comfortably behind himself. Death seats at this table, and has invited you all to have a seat with him. A glare on his face as he looks towards you, and as mentioned for Dan, and for anyone else who's passed and has met the death, which hasn't been many of you, you can tell that this one is certainly a little different from what you've previously seen. You've seen avatars of the being, small forward steps of him, shadows to carry those who need to move on. But now you sit before death himself. Casual, old in appearance, hard to see, like a regular person with a blackened cloak on. He sits casually at a table, and in front of him is a very large, deep dish pizza, covered in cheese and pepperoni and various slices. And you might be wondering, why has Death gathered you here specifically? Why has he invited you? Unfortunately, John's not here, and we're down to Courtney, and we're down to 3 players, so this is a wonderful spot to pause for the week. And, of course, Dean ends us on a pub. Looks like everyone is dying to get a table in this pub. Must be popular. I also gave Death stats. He's pretty overpowered.
I thought it'd break the tension. I didn't want to interrupt.
So, Pup isn't here, and neither is Lulu, and neither is Rhea. All 3 of them were quite a distance away when you all opened that door. But next week, it looks like you're going to have a conversation with Death himself, who has summoned you to the table. Feel free to give that one some thought. I did say there was a reward, and you certainly are going to get one.
I'm already trying to twist this into an angle. It's like, look, Death, you don't want the timelines to end, because if there's no timelines, there's no death, so it's in our best interest.
Many different ways this one will go, but I do have specific things in plan for this one. Like I said, I always had a side quest with a little bit of a reward prepped. We're just there a little early, so Death's somewhat surprised. His pizza only just got dropped off. He thought he'd at least get a slice or 2 before you arrived. Alrighty then. Well, I think that's a good place to stop the game for the week.
Yeah. How's the Easter weekend looking for people? I didn't realise it was the holiday weekend.
Oh, that's right. Next week is Easter. I know on the Saturday I'll be going to Tatamagouche. Let me just double check.
We're probably going to be in Iniganush, Dean, so I don't... I don't know if we'd be able to do it. Like, we could, but just be me and you and my parents hold up in a room for several hours.
That's fair. If you're both going to be out and we're down 2 players, because I'll be free that Sunday, but I kind of forgot about it. That Saturday I do have plans, but not the Sunday. But if we're going to be down 2 players, we can always skip next week if everyone's schedule is out. I'll throw it up in the scheduling.
Yeah.
We'll get that straightened out.
I could try. I mean, we could take like a laptop and share a microphone, but wouldn't be
ideal.
Yeah.
Basically,
Circumstances
unless
in
you
life.
really want to. That's kind of how that one works out. If you're going to be with family for Easter, which will be fun, if you can spare 4 hours and you really want to, by all means. But otherwise, I'll assume then that we'll be taking a break for next week as well. We'll put that one on the back burner since it's Easter.
Yeah.
I
We'll-
always really want to play D&D, but I think it might be just a tad on the tricky side. I'll see if my work laptop can access Foundry. It might be a bit too locked down to play it, but I only have Chromebooks and such that are really portable, so it might not be.
Oh, and I'm a little mean, so I'm not going to give him much context, but I'm going to go into the handouts.
Well, we could take the Chromebook that John lent us, because it runs Foundry pretty well. If we're just going to be having it, we'll talk about it. Make a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both worry about that one. There's no immediate rush. Give us an idea in a couple days and we'll know. I'll post up in the scheduling that next week is iffy right now. I'm available. And Dan, if you've got nothing up, that's the other thing. But we don't know about John and Courtney. Actually, if it's a holiday, she might be free or super busy, one or the other. If they're open, she'll be busy because people will go there. John's gonna see that picture and be like, what the hell? They're at a bar? They're at the Yawning Portal. How'd they get to the Yawning Portal? What did I miss? It was only 5 minutes! Alrighty then.
They might have changed the way the stuff works on the work laptops, because I can join the server. Before it never let me join at all. Like, it was like, because it's an unsecure IP, but
Oh yeah.
let's see. I'm loading in. I can see the game space, but I can't see. But I just take a while to load in because this is a new machine.
They might also not have
Alright.
the 3D processing enabled fully is the other thing.
As a MacBook Pro, hopefully it would be able to run.
Oh, it'll run it, just whether or not it's switched on.
Yeah. Oh.
You see the pub?
Yeah. Okay, that opens up
Sweet.
the possibility. It just depends on the setup. We don't tend to do anything. You know what? We'll talk about this offline. I think
Yeah.
probably better than them figuring out. Are we going to be at your parents that day? Are we going to be? I don't know.
You gotta get your schedule with them first and see
Yeah.
if they got something planned. You never know. They're like, oh, we got dinner. We're taking you out. You never know. Probably not, but you never know.
Alan, a little spoiler for the weekend. Jillian's family and schedules.
It's true. We don't really. We're not good planners in my family.
Well, it's nice to also relax, so that won't be too bad at least. Alrighty
Oh,
then.
but-
Well, we'll play it by ear. Let us know what plans for you both. If you both want to run D&D, then by all means, we'll go for it. I can still run. I'll just be sitting here on Easter, because I ain't going to be doing nothing except maybe having a drinky poo on Saturday. Just a little one, celebrate. See how it goes. Alrighty then,
Alright.
everyone. Well, that'll be it for this week, and y'all have yourselves a nice Sunday. We'll give you back 2 more hours, and y'all can have yourselves a good time.
Thank you. I'm going to go get
Thanks, Alan.
hit by more swords.
Always a good time, everyone. You have yourselves a good one, and we'll see you all next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
But